I'm Pi. I'm a third year literature student. I study creative nonfiction and poetry. I'm from rural New York, so this was a very special project to me. I tried to figure out over the course of this fieldwork term the feasibility of starting a rural literary arts center in my home. And this is all thanks to the Newman and Cox Public Action Student Fellowship. So I believe that writing is the way that I got to Bennington, got to higher ed, and got out of my rural area. And the only way that that was possible was because of teachers who chose to take time out of their day to mentor me during planning periods or lunch periods. Um, Opportunities were very limited to me as a rural low income student, and I'd like to change that for future generations. I believe that rural kids have fewer opportunities than urban kids in terms of like population density, transportation, and cost of programming. So there are usually fewer available programs. So I would like to supplement the public education system. From a production point of view, writing is a vehicle to get a better education and get a better job. And from a more holistic point of view, writing can be a way to get to know yourself better, to express yourself better, to have a better relationship with your body and your mind. And as I said earlier, I initially went into this fellowship thinking I would be learning about how to start a nonprofit literary arts center. And I ended up unpacking that wording and unpacking my actual goals and beliefs over the course of this fellowship into simply providing creative writing workshops, which seems simple and like I should have just figured that out on my own, but this was a very important process. So this is a spreadsheet that my mentor helped me create that terrified me because look at how big those numbers get so quickly. And so I want to talk a little bit about the sustainability of rural opportunities. Um, as illuminated by Terry Whitmire of Lift to Enrich in Georgia, who's one of the people I was lucky enough to meet with, um, we discussed my goal of like making the most difficult part of a writing workshop be getting a kid into a seat. I want to go to where kids are. I want to not charge for these workshops. So that makes the spreadsheet that you just saw a little bit scarier. Um, so this is going to mean after school programming. This is going to mean workshops in libraries. This is going to mean workshops in residential and inpatient facilities, and a heavier reliance on programming budgets, donations, fundraising events, and possibly grants were I to become a nonprofit myself. And this differs pretty greatly from urban programming because of transportation and population density. And also a question that came up was whether like like a deep program is sustainable in a rural area rather than like a very wide program that offers many arts or also STEM like dance, music, etc., rather than just writing. So that was something that I had to talk about with my mentor quite a bit. So I think I settled on like I learned a lot over the course of this fellowship. And I've landed on if I want to do this, I will do it. I can do it. It is feasible. I just have to make my own curriculum, implement my own curriculum, and go where the kids are. So in the future, what's coming up for this fellowship is I will be hosting a virtual writing workshop for my community this spring or summer. And I will continue to make more connections within my community with the local community college's creative writing program, with local inpatient facilities, with local schools and libraries, and I will continue to make connections with national organizations such as 826 National, such as Lighthouse Writers, as a form of like mentorship and also networking. Um, this wouldn't have been possible without the generous donations of Jerome and Estelle Newman, Spencer Cox, the help of the Fieldwork Term and Career Development Office, and the incredible mentorship of Lizzie Lesterman. Thank you so much.